everybody. I'm really glad that this thing just came on sale because this looks so cheesy. Copy and copy. Copy. Then put that in the Discord. Danger! Danger! Alright, this seems to be good. Hi everybody.
Alright, we're gonna start the commentary track now. Hello, Dan Smith here. I directed this film back in, well, it feels like a century ago. Yeah. The studio asked me to provide a commentary track for the DVD release. And wham! Straight into the action. No fluff or anything. That's what we did back then. Crash-landed ship. Out pops our hero, the fearless Dick Starspeed.
The ship's velocity reactor is damaged. I believe that I am stranded on an alien planet.
An alien planet!
Played, of course, by actor Jonathan Digby. Went on to some minor roles after this. Such a shame. I thought from day one this guy's got leading man written all over his face.
Greetings, citizens of Gravoria. I am Dick Starspeed, and I come in peace.
Probably should
Sure
have
he
draw his weapon when he was talking about peas. Well, maybe one day we'll go back and CG it into a sandwich or something instead. Just kidding. And this is what people pay to see. A no-name middle-aged B-list actor duking it out with stuntmen in costumes. Such stunning choreography. And the extras in those robot suits really knew how to take a punch. No, literally. I told Jonathan not to hold back. Give it all to him. Kick him in the nuts and bolts. And I know what you're thinking, but don't worry. We handled it responsibly. We made them all sign waivers not to sue for injuries.
Holy smokes!
Oh yeah.
If I land squarely on that grain silo, I should survive this fall unscathed.
You can even see the strings.
You could actually see the strings if you squinted hard enough.
I like the satire it
A
is.
screenwriting trick from back in the old days. You put a grain silo or some haystacks down and it solves all your gravity-related problems.
It appears some of my equipment was lost when my ship was shot down. But what luck! This high-tech scanner reports that my ray gun is nearby.
Oh, the dinosaurs! You just don't see quality stop motion like this anymore, do you? Someone actually sat there and moved them, frame by frame. Today, it'd be done with computers, but where's the artistry in that?
I like the stop motion if it's done correctly. But still, even if it's done wrong, it still gives like a nostalgic vibe of the old-timey movie props.
If the trees here look a little plastic, well, it's because they are. I took them from the set of my last film, Vampire Island 2. We got our fair share of nasty letters from scientists complaining about our portrayal of the dinosaurs. Was news to me. Apparently these stegosauruses weren't meat eaters. Must have preferred shellfish or something. Wow, how do they know? That's what I say.
It's really cool that you can see like the small
Well,
details.
the local population is defenseless. That's where our hero steps in and saves the day. We put Jonathan through a lot shooting this film. He wasn't the best actor, especially when reacting to getting hit. He's what you call a flincher. So I told the stuntman to really just go to town on him. It's the only way to get an honest performance sometimes. Our props master tried to make the weapons soft, but there's only so much you can do. Lucky for us, Dick's entire body was covered in that spacesuit. That thing was a lifesaver when it came to hiding bruises.
Curious. They dissolved into what appears to be
Gold.
You'll notice the gold disappears when Dick touches it. We had a deleted scene that explained he's actually teleporting it back to his ship. It's funny, no one ever questioned how Dick was able to walk around with an infinite amount of gold on him. We had to redo these shots. Our first attempt was kind of a disaster. We tried using real apes, thought it'd cut down on the costume budget a bit. But have you ever tried working with apes? They are the worst actors ever. They don't sit still for a moment, and the second you take your eyes off of them, they're flinging their feces all over the place. Jonathan refused to work with them after he got, well, let's just say that he had to take more than a couple of showers one day.
One day.
Forget the smell of monkey poo. We steam cleaned the studio top to bottom. Still never got rid of it entirely. All through the rest of the shot, we kept finding those little surprises hiding inside various props. Boy, were those the days. Some really top-notch stop-motion effects. Huh?
Look, you can see
Unfortunately,
the...
we skimped
It's
on
a
the
doll.
Starspeed puppet a little.
You can see that. I love the little details. It gives like old 50s.
Not for you to eat, fiend.
I love the little details that they have
This is
inside
groundbreaking.
some of this
This
stuff.
Rescuing the man for once. We were really ahead of our time with this scene, but well, then again, I've always been rather progressive. The studio exec didn't seem to get why it was such a big deal, though. Sorry, we don't see this as anything unusual. Ha! Of course! It's unusual! A woman would never save the man. It just doesn't happen. Not in the movies, not in real life. I don't know why we didn't get more recognition for this scene. Well, I guess I was just a little too ahead of my time.
I love the small details.
Thank you for saving me, strange woman. What is your name?
I am the magnificent Scarlet Nova. Do not question my motives. Just be happy that you are still alive.
Oh, you can even see the
My father has gone. I shall teleport
boom
to
mic.
the chambers. Huh? Where is this place? This is not my father's chambers.
You have disobeyed me for the final time,
Scarlet.
Enjoy an eternity in the Tower of Eternal Solitude. For all eternity!
The old fool did not notice I am wearing my jetpack.
Booster usage. Jump. Wait. Wait. Use booster. Survive deadly fall.
Scarlet didn't quite realize she needed to shoot those energy orbs down below. Keep in mind, Stacy was doing this on a soundstage, okay?
Those energy orbs.
Oh, the energy imps. Such a neat effect. We had to paint each movement frame by frame and superimpose it into live footage. We were pulling all-nighters for weeks. Well, when I said we, I meant the artists. I'm pretty much useless if I don't get a solid 10 hours a night. But they were at it forever. They had to redo it all because I accidentally told them red instead of blue the first time.
Wow.
Artists.
Curses! My father revoked my access to the teleport terminals. I shall only be able to utilize the ones I activate manually.
I knew you would return.
Puny Earthman, you shall help me overthrow the Emperor.
Why would you turn against your own father? How do I know I can trust you?
This scene. This is practically Shakespeare in outer space.
Just as the entire planet does.
And, huh? What's wrong with the video?
Sorry, sir. Technical problems.
Darn it, we're missing some really good writing here.
There, sorry about that.
Well, we just passed right by her big scene. Basically, they agree to work together, but one must stay behind in the sleep chamber at all times.
Should I rewind?
Never mind, I'll continue from here. Right from the start, our budget was a little tight, even by standards back then. To make do, Tony shot a couple scenes in black and white. Originally, he intended to use it for flashbacks. But then I had to break it to him. Our film doesn't have flashbacks. We almost made it a silent film just to cut costs. I felt it was an absolute necessity we have a T-Rex in this film, but we got this Serato thing instead. Of course, I went through the whole production thinking it was a T-Rex because, really, who can tell the difference anyway?
It would appear that now is the time for us to climb the Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Good screenwriting 101. Always announce the title within the film itself. How else are you going to let the audience know your heroes really mean business? Now, that weapon? It's just an electric shaver, but you know, you'd never guess it was, would you? They look so futuristic.
Take that. Shit, talk. Neck.
I could have made use of that one at some of our meetings with the studio. Oh, you'd like to see records of where our budget went to this month? Sure, let me get that for you right now. Boom, boom. Unfortunately, those meetings ended in a much different way. I know a taxidermist who helped us out with these bat creatures for real cheap, and he's not good. He's kind of sloppy if you want to know the truth. But that's the best part. A sloppy bat looks scarier. Oh, but you gotta sew up that sphincter. Just trust me on that one.
What's on the left, though? Yeah, I'll just go to the... Go check out the left.
kids. Some board member had these nephews who really wanted to be in the films. They made me cast them as squids. Whatever happened to artistic integrity? If you're going to cast a role not on merit, at least let it be a hot female role. My effects team kept assuring me the strings wouldn't be visible in the final cut, but I could see them. No transparent nylon. This stuff will do the trick. Yeah, right. I swear, those darn strings is what made my hair go white.
Air teleport usage. Jump. While in the air, use teleport. Quickly return to upper floor.
Ouch. Oh.
You don't want to miss a single minute of this scene. The nuclear ants. Hey, we need to remind the audience our heroes are climbing a tower. So I needed something that would stick to walls. Originally, we had these web-footed what-have-yous. Not very scary. And then I left some cake out in my trailer, and it was crawling with ants in the morning. And that's when it hit me. What is the most obnoxious thing in the world?
So how's everybody doing?
Oh no! This head belonged to my co-pilot robot. He was the most loyal companion in the galaxy.
Oh,
Malfunction. Malfunction.
These Gravorians will pay dearly for this, my friend.
Now, what's a space adventure film without a trusty robot sidekick, huh? Am I right? In the original draft, we had Dick and Scarlet team up with an alien from the planet's surface. You know the type, pointy ears, wise and emotionless. But then we came to our senses and realized that a giant tin can robot's way cooler. Besides, everybody was doing the alien thing back then. You know me, I'd rather be a trailblazer.
does look good.
Company made us install those safety guards after our actors fell off the set one too many times. Granted, they kept falling off even with the rails, but thanks to how the contract was laid out, we were no longer liable for their injuries. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Why on earth does this crazy film have title cards on screen when people are talking? You're thinking that, aren't you? I know you are. I would be too. Well, we had thought about making it a silent film at one point, so we shot a lot of scenes up close like this, with the dialogue written out for the audience to read. Well, when we swapped over to making a talkie, well, we just decided to keep on going rather than reshooting all those scenes. The best part about being in showbiz, craft services. It's like never-ending supply of free food all day long. I never had to pay for a single meal. Hey Patrick, I noticed you guys don't do that here in your studio. You should talk to your boss. Maybe even just a bagel station.
Talk. Oh shit.
That nitpicking science community also complained about these Terra whatevers breathing fire. Like there's fossil evidence of dinosaurs not ever shooting fireballs. It's not like I gave them neck frills or had them spit poison or anything ridiculous like that.
Huh? Oh. Spear.
As luck would have it, the next lot to ours was filming some horror movie set in Transylvania. So we signed a soft contract with them to use their set after they wrapped for the day. And by that, I mean we kind of snuck in and filmed it real quick when no one was looking. And my assistant Phyllis keep a lookout for the security guard.
Oh shit. I like these old movies because it's kind of funny to watch. And also kind of interesting about how some of these characters were made. No CGI, just a lot of special effects. It's cool. I mean, the movies are probably not great, but it's really cool to see stuff that was like, see movies that was like before CGI.
Some real action. Nothing like an adrenaline boost to get our hero to really start wailing on those monsters. We were unsure how to represent a surge of adrenaline at first, but I think we nailed it. Yeah, definitely nailed it.
Nailed it.
Hey, most days, the effects team really nailed it. Dinosaurs, saucers, hey, you name it. But these, deflating rock, boulder, cubes, not their best work. Just looks kind of odd, if you ask me, like giant whoopee cushions. And they said they could add some debris and explosions or two afterwards. And then we ran out of budget. Well, to be fair, we ran out of budget several times, but still, I lost a lot of sleep over these rocks.
Ooh, nuts.
Hey, now what's going on?
I like the respawn button, it's like the rewind button. Take that, you. Excuse me.
Most days, the effects team really nailed it. Dinosaurs, saucers, hey, you name it. But these, deflating rock boulder cubes, not their best work. Just looks kind of odd, if you ask me, like giant whoopee cushions. They said they could add some debris and explosions or two afterwards, and then we ran out of budget. Well, to be fair, we ran out of budget several times, but still, I lost a lot of sleep over these rocks. This one with regular logs, well, that was disastrous. I'll tell you, never mess with physics. It was kind of, well, to be frank, it started out nice, but then, well, it was a death trap. Just plain and simple, it was a death trap. Poor kid holding the boom almost broke his leg. Ouch. He played basketball in college or something, because he leaped right at the last second. Woo! Crisis averted. My props guy wanted to swap them with some spongy material for safety, but I had a better idea. Let's set the logs on fire. Then the crew will be sure to be safe dealing with them.
Yeah. Oh.
Say, you know what I was thinking? With all this jumping and climbing and jumping, wouldn't this make a great video game? Isn't that what all those video games are about? Jumping around?
Well, yeah, and killing. There's jumping too, but mostly killing.
What? Patrick, that's awful. What sort of example are we setting for our youth?
Well, movies are pretty violent too. Your heroes have killed everything in sight. You had Dick shooting a dinosaur in the face in the first 5 minutes.
Well, Patrick, that's different, you know? What we did on film, that was art. Video games aren't art.
It can be, and sometimes it can. But hey, at the end of the day, you just want to have some fun. A spaceship. Hang on, I think I got some gold. It's... oh. A ray gun. Oh, still haven't got the robot yet.
Funny story about the two caged apes in this scene. I had completely forgotten about them when we wrapped up filming on the set. Then we spent the next day doing a location shoot. So, suffice it to say, our return to the studio was met with a couple of grumbling tummies complaining about unsafe work conditions, human rights, yada yada yada.
There were a lot of stuff that was a little bit like that, but not entirely. I mean, there was an old horror movie back in the 80s or 70s that was supposed to look like a bad film. And it was called Attack of the Giant Shrews, and they did something a bit too far even by movie standards. They had to... The shrews, well obviously they couldn't have giant shrews because they're small. But when they come across that thing, their idea was just to get dogs in Shrew's costume.
I was thinking we should
But,
the
the
ID. You like Chinese? I know a great takeout.
Well, we're not scheduled for a break for another few hours.
Nonsense. Hey, you have to try the shrimp. It's the absolute best. But, oh, hey, I feel like I should warn you. It gives me horrible gas. But that's okay. We're friends, right?
Really, sir. Studio time costs a fortune. Let's just stay on schedule.
Good thinking. We can grab a real dinner together and go out for a night on the town. Yeah. Two young bachelors on the prowl. Say, where do you youngsters go these days?
Yeah, as I was saying. Yeah, they have to get the Shrew's costumes on the dogs so they can get past as, you know, giant shrews, like in the movie. But, the costumes, I try to remember correctly because I don't want to mess with it. But I remember... I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It was a long time since I saw that movie back. The costumes that they had to make for the dogs, they couldn't stay on right, so they had to glue them or...
This movie may not have made the big
tie them up
as
too tight
Hollywood,
so they could stay on.
even made the budget back for that matter, but hey, in the end, I think it was still worth making just for those die-hard fans that really love it. I attended a lot of sci-fi and movie cons, and to this day, I still see fans showing up dressed as aliens and apes and dinosaurs. Does a man proud. Now, granted, their costumes aren't exactly 100% faithful to the film, and it seems that no one ever remembers them by the right name. But still, knowing that we still have fans like this promoting the film decades later, it puts a tear in this old director's eye. I get all emotional. Okay.
It's nice to know that there's some TV shows or TV channels, depending if you got cable or not, that gives out old movies that Disney is moving in parody of.
Ah, Tony and his insistence on lens flare. I tell you, some days it feels
Lens flare, oh my
like
goodness.
trying to be the director. Honestly,
Thumbprints, that's funny.
Lens, so just go and wipe it off myself.
I like that.
He would
I
get
like
so
that.
upset about it too. Like my fingers aren't clean enough to wipe the lens. Touch the lens. Whatever.
I like those little details. Oops. Shit. Oh. No.
Danger. Human speed is not enough to pass through that fan. Chance of death 100%. Retrieve the time vortex device if you wish to go any further. Searching. Time vortex device detected. Device in dangerous area. Nuclear amps everywhere.
So, do we get any backstory on Dick? Why'd he travel to Gravoria in the first place? Did he do any research before landing there? Did he have a specific mission in that region of space?
Patrick, if you keep getting bogged down by the details, how will you ever learn to just sit back and appreciate the work of art for what it is?
Flamethrower.
Production tip, ladies and gentlemen. No matter how sunny it is, don't store your papier-mâché props outdoors. They will get rained on. It's the law in this town, like Occam's razor or Stockholm syndrome, or I forget what it's called.
What in the cosmos? It's my co-pilot's body! I believe that I can repair it. Oh no! I am trapped!
Ouch.
Master Dick. Master Dick. Functions restored. Threat detected. Must eliminate.
Fun fact, that we actually had an actor inside the robot suit moving him around. I bet you thought it was an actual robot, huh? That's how good he was. No rest breaks or anything. Hardest working actor I've ever met. What a trooper. It was a shame we couldn't afford to pay him. And of course, since he wasn't on the payroll, I couldn't officially add him to the credits. But still, what a trooper. Wish I had a dozen actors like him.
My neck. Oh. My neck. Right. Danger! Danger, Will Robinson!
Dangerous radiation detected.
No, we didn't use the same material for the toxic waste as we did the slime. I mean, why fake something when you have the real deal available? I found a place where people were just dumping the stuff away for free. I was hoping the crew members handling it might get some cool superpowers from it. No, nothing like that. Wham and bam, now here's some real action. Nothing like an adrenaline boost to get our hero to really start wailing on those monsters. We were unsure how to represent a surge of adrenaline at first, but I think we nailed it. Yep. Definitely nailed it.
I'm running. Oh, I didn't know this thing had a charge. Cool. Haha, shortcut. Shortcut.
I will strike down upon you with great vengeance and furious anger.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Ah, take that.
Oh, Robot, you're all right! And you saved the day.
You're threat eliminated.
Looks like the Emperor's days are numbered. At long last, we have assembled our team.
A lot of reviewers and fans, too, always wondered why we shot so few scenes with all three heroes in it together. I mean, we did our best to explain it. Something about the sleep chambers or staying back to protect the ape village. Really, it was just logistics. Jonathan had bowling league on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Stacy had her karate Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Honestly, we almost never had all of them on the set at the same time. Our robot actor was in some religion that only allowed him to work on Sundays. I'm still a little skeptical about that one, though.
Sir, it's just a guy in a suit. Couldn't you have gotten just about anyone to stand in as the robot?
See? That's why you'd make a horrible director, Patrick. His touches were subtle, to say the least. But he really brought a lot of character to the robot role.
If he was so indispensable, how come you didn't list the actor in the credits?
Well, let's just say it was an oversight. But I've learned my lesson. I only made the mistake 6 more times throughout my career.
Yeah, just, nah, never mind. No water. Sure. No. But thanks anyway. Oh, you go back to the robot. Haha.
These rickety old things, the higher up they went, the more they sounded like they were gonna fall apart. I'm amazed that no one ever got hurt, or worse, riding these things. Well, there was the actor we originally cast for Dick's role, but we don't talk about him.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to go down there, I guess.
Ooh, you really start to get a sense of how high up our heroes have been climbing here. Reminds me of how the crew always used to comment on how high everyone was. Those jokers, they'd even say it when we were filming the grounded scene. And they all giggled like school children whenever they mentioned it too. So I'd make sure to laugh even harder so they'd know I was in on the joke. Whatever it was.
Dick. Oh. Yeah, stick with the robot for a little bit. And good. Wait, what does she do again?
Wait, what is she?
I cannot fight this beast here. I must make for higher ground.
You can aim down.
Sets back then. Props, walls, you name it. Then, you moved bits and pieces around and created whole new scenes. We were efficient. I adopted that technique to my wardrobe too. If you mixed and matched sufficiently, you could get by for years on only a handful of shirts and underwear. You got the wrong footage again.
Cock! Take that. You didn't even see the stick.
I can never get enough of these free-falling shots. Something so invigorating and freeing about them. Like sticking your head out of the sunroof while driving on the freeway. The fearless sea monster, always patrolling the shore, eagerly awaiting for his next meal. It was odd that a simple wooden cage would have such an elaborate high-tech lock. But hey, if a Gravorian ever traveled to Earth, I'm sure they'd think a lot of our stuff is weird too.
Alright, switch to... Switch to the robot. The ray gun. Still need more money. Robots. Shit.
I hear modern science fiction directors sometimes put the lens flare in on purpose. Why on earth? What's the next trend? Dead fly on the lens? Jeez. Watch. You won't believe me, but you just watch. It'll happen. Some big shot will do it for one scene, and the following year, everyone will be doing it.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Dr. Peculiar,
Yes, Your Eminence.
release the Mechamelion!
But Your Eminence, the Mechamelion isn't ready.
What is the meaning of this? I thought he was completed.
Genius is never completed, Your Eminence. I was just preparing to install a chainsaw on his tail.
Enough! Your tinkering costs me precious gold and time. You do not have that luxury, Dr. Peculiar.
Yes, Your Eminence. Releasing the Mechamelion at once.
Ah, Ludwig. Yeah, good old Ludwig. We cast an actual doctor to play Dr. Peculiar. Never again. Oh my God, he was a cranky old coot. May he, rest in peace. The costumes, the script, the creature effects, you name it, he wouldn't stop criticizing everything. Well, in his defense, I think he did have some early signs of dementia or something. He was always getting lost on set, forgetting his lines, making up new ones. Yeah, it was cute. Midway through a scene, he'd just yell, "Her and my pills!" It was like a catchphrase. We almost left a few of them in. I have to say that the incredible job the animators did with the King Gorilla can only be outdone by their work in the Mechameleon. I'll leave further comments for later in the film, but this was truly an epic creation.
Robots. Forks.
First glimpse of a technique I used throughout the movie. Want to make a big scary monster look even more menacing? Put it in a dome. Monster doesn't look scary enough already? Put it in a dome. Want the audience to know when a monster really means business? Put it in a dome.
Hi. A flamethrower. Machine ray gun.
Oh, these guys were just adorable. I was a huge fan of the old classic movie, The Flea from 1958. So I created this monster as sort of an homage in respect to that film. I have the darndest time with that word homage. Man, oh man, that whip. We probably should have invested in some training courses so the actors knew how to properly handle it, but instead we just let them flail around wildly. You know that saying, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye? That's true. That's the story of why the Emperor wears that metal monocle. Greg was a real trooper about it, though. Didn't even seem fazed that he'd have to wear an eye patch for the rest of his life. I think he went on to do some pirate-themed promotions at his used car lot once we wrapped up production.
Laser whip. Stun baton.
Where is my Mechameleon? Why has it not pulverized the intruders already?
Well, Your Eminence, I was installing photon lasers into its eyes. I hadn't finished. So, the Mechameleon might be somewhat, well, blind.
My indomitable guardian is blind? I do not tolerate failure, Doctor.
Getting these two to do their scenes together was enough to make your head spin. They weren't, strictly speaking, actors. Well, not in your usual sense. Ludwig here, or Dr. Peculiar, actually was a doctor. I think I told you that before. Greg, our emperor, well, that's a whole different can of beans. Our casting guy found him at a used car lot. Greg talked him into buying just a horrible car. Thing never ran. Oh, then when he tried to get his money back, Greg just laughed maniacally. So, doggone it, he offered Greg the role right on the spot. He said, Dan, this guy is perfect. We were running out of extras and clay sculptures, but we needed more monsters. Oh, please, more monsters. So we had this brilliant idea. If you stick a puppy inside an old vacuum cleaner, wham, instant monster. Throw in a string of Christmas lights and it's camera ready in 5 minutes. And that had to be some kind of world record or something. Fun fact, boys and girls, cinematographers don't like it when you use their dog without asking permission first. But hey, to that I say, what goes around comes around. Little Buster here ruined so many shots barking all day long. You don't want me to grab your dog and cover him in Christmas lights? Well, don't bring him to work.
Gotcha, you robot thing.
Alright, I'm gonna end it here. But thanks everybody for coming and watching this. I gotta say the game is I gotta say the game isn't for everybody, but I do like the creativity and the uniqueness of some of this stuff. I like the satire stuff, especially when it comes like stuff that's kind of relate to stuff that kind of relates to some other old movie methods that sometimes happened. But still, I'm gonna raid into somebody